The movie begins with Dawn Bellwether's arrest by Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde and become the ZPD's most celebrated officer. Their next breaking point arrives during an undercover sting they infiltrating a bustling shipyard under the flimsy disguise of parents with a sickly child. The goal: uncover a rumored smuggling ring operating under the nose of Zootopia's Port Authority. While Nick attempts to distract an alleged customs officer, Anthony Snootley, by spinning a melodramatic tale of Finnick's tragic conditions, Judy slips toward a sealed cargo crate. Chief Bogo barks through their walkie-talkie ordering them to stand down. They have no authorization to open crates. But Judy's instincts override protocol. She cracks the crate open and reveals an enormous, illegal shipment of catnip. Snootley hears Bogo's voice and instantly drops the act. Judy and Nick scramble to pursue him, briefly losing him in the maze of industrial streets until they commandeer the frantic pig's gaudy hog rod. Captain Hogbottom orders them to stand back and let real teams handle it, but Judy fires back. They are a real team. The chase stretches across the city until Snootley is knocked unconscious inside his van. The uncontrolled vehicle barrels toward the packed Zootennial parade. Judy leaps across to steer it away from the crowd while Nick handles the hog rod, but the rescue ends catastrophically. The van careens off a bridge and obliterates Zootopia's newly revealed memorial statue of founder Ebenezer Lynxley. As the Zebros swoop in and take credit for capturing Snootley, Judy finds something at the back of the wrecked van that flips her world upside down. A piece of snakeskin. There are no snakes in Zootopia. Or so everyone believes. Back at the ZPD, fury explodes from every direction. Property damage, chaos at a parade, and a destroyed statue. Judy and Nick take the heat. Bogo condemns Judy for caring too much and Nick for caring too little. Their punishment, a make-or-break assignment. If they fail, they will be separated permanently and barred from all major cases. The assignment: mandatory therapy sessions for dysfunctional police partners. Judy claims they don't need therapy, but Dr. Fusby instantly spots their problems. Judy never lets Nick speak, and Nick buries insecurity behind jokes. That night, while studying for therapy, Judy watches a ZNN report about the Zootennial Gala, which will display the Lynxley Journal, Ebenezer's original plans for the weather walls. The journal, protected for a century due to the infamous fanging of the Lynxley's tortoise maid, will finally be revealed. Judy notices the catering vans at the gala are identical to Snootley's stolen van, remembers the snakeskin, and connects the dots. Another fanging is coming. Judy rushes to Nick's apartment. She needs him for the gala. Nick worries her hunch will get them split up. Judy argues they'll be split up if they don't prove they're a functioning team. Nick relents. They use Judy's meter-maid cart to reach Lynxley Manor in Tundratown, dressing in elegant undercover attire. The guest list is elite: Mr. Big, Mayor Windancer, and, unfortunately, Chief Bogo. Judy scopes out the journal and discovers the cover is metal. Nick warns Bogo is close by. Judy backs up and bumps into Pawbert Lynxley, who coyly charms a startled Judy. When Pawbert's father, Milton Lynxley, storms in to scold him, Judy realizes Pawbert is part of the prestigious Lynxley family. Nick spots a scrap of snakeskin and goes to tell Judy, but she turns off her earpiece. Meanwhile, Milton announces his intention to expand Zootopia. Nick circles toward the stage and notices a hooded figure perched on a chandelier, right before Bogo grabs him. In their scuffle, Nick's kick sends a spotlight blasting onto the chandelier, blinding the figure. It falls, revealing the truth. A venomous pit viper named Gary the Snake. Panic ripples across the gala. Gary snatches Milton and the Lynxley Journal. Judy chases him across the manor in a breathless pursuit until she corners him in Milton's study. Gary insists snakes aren't the villains. Lynxes are. The journal will prove it. Judy believes him. Nick arrives late, missing the explanation, and knocks Gary unconscious with a frying pan. Milton storms in, ordering his bodyguards Catrick and Kitty to kill Gary and burn the journal. Nick opens a window to escape with Judy, and though she hesitates to leave Gary behind, Nick helps haul him out. Gary wakes suddenly and bites Bogo, injecting venom. The Lynxleys lie, claiming Judy and Nick helped Gary attack Bogo. Hogbottom calls for backup. Judy and Nick flee with the journal and Gary, but Gary soon zooms off alone on a motorcycle sidecar. The ZPD closes in, but Mr. Big appears in his limousine and rescues them, by tossing them into his trunk. At his new fashion warehouse, he offers Judy and Nick new identities to escape Zootopia. Nick agrees instantly, but Judy refuses to abandon the case. Frou-Frou suggests they consult reptile expert podcaster Nibbles Maplestick. Nibbles arrives in a frenzy of enthusiasm. She introduces Judy and Nick to Marsh Market, an aquatic district sealed off decades ago, home to Zootopia's hidden reptile population. She leads them to Jesus the Basilisk, who resides inside a vertically sunken ship. Nick reveals his fear of reptiles, much to Judy's amusement. Jesus demands they eat worms before sharing information, only to admit later he was joking. Examining the metal journal, Jesus discovers a secret visible only to snakes. He reveals that a tortoise died to protect that secret, and that mammals expelled all reptiles when Zootopia was founded. The Lynxleys plan to expand Tundratown by burying Marsh Market under snow. Judy bets the journal's secret can stop them. The ZPD raids the hideout. Judy, Nick, and Nibbles flee with the journal. Gary ambushes them, apologizes, and swallows the journal whole before escaping. Judy and Nick chase him by boat and walrus until Gary dives into the red line tube system, lethal to mammals. Judy dives in after him, Nick reluctantly following. They barely escape, landing near the cliffs of Copenhagen. Nick and Judy argue. Judy finds a matchbox in Gary's fanny pack with a flower design that matches mountain flora. Two goats point them to an abandoned honeymoon lodge, now a snake refuge. As they climb, Nick mockingly plays Judy's recorded "I really am just a dumb bunny" from her carrot pen. The argument intensifies until the pen shatters after falling down the cliff. Judy races ahead alone. At the lodge, Judy uncovers files on an ancient district, Reptile Ravine, buried long ago to expand Tundratown. Nick warns the ZPD is closing in, but Judy refuses to leave. They argue about whether their partnership can survive. The ZPD bursts through the wall, splitting the lodge in half and separating them. Pawbird appears and takes out an officer. He and Gary urge Judy to come with them. As she hesitates, an officer tranquilizes her. Nick watches helplessly as Pawbird and Gary take Judy. Nick is jailed but refuses to reveal Judy's location to Milton. He recognizes Pawbird's fur among evidence. In prison, Nick meets Nibbles again. She has gnawed a key from a mop handle. They break out, accidentally freeing the entire prison population. Flash picks them up after an agonizingly slow, no problem. Nick calls Clawhauser, who traces Hogbottom to burning mammal. At the festival, Judy, Gary, and Pawbird race toward the weather wall. Hogbottom catches Judy, reporting their location. Milton orders her to kill them. She hesitates, until Flash's car kicks up dust and lets the trio escape. Inside the power station, they activate Reptile Ravine's power, revealing the long-buried city. Pawbird then betrays Judy, injecting her with venom to destroy Agnes's patent and protect the family legacy. Nick and Nibbles reach the station. Pawbird attacks Nibbles and hunts for Judy. Gary drains Judy's heat to regain strength and fight off officers. Nick battles Pawbird on a fragile ice ledge. Gary shouts for Nick to reach the anti-venom pen in Pawbird's fanny pack. Nick pushes it toward Gary just before the ledge collapses. Gary saves Judy first, then Nibbles. Judy races to save Nick before he falls. Nick breaks emotionally, confessing he can't lose her. Judy admits the same. They rush to stop Pawbird from destroying evidence. At the Lynxley Manor, Milton rejects his son. In a snow maze chase, Judy and Nick mow paths with a hot-wired truck. Pawbird reaches Reptile Ravine's ruins with gas and matches, but the duo stops him. With Gary and Nibbles' help, they defeat him and reach Agnes de Snake's old home, uncovering her preserved patent. The truth spreads citywide. The Lynxleys are arrested. Reptile Ravine is restored. Judy tells Pawbird he will finally fit into the family, in prison. Dr. Fuzby features Judy and Nick as model partners in therapy. At the reopening celebration in Reptile Ravine, Nick gives Judy a repaired carrot pen and says, "Love ya, partner." She records it, and refuses to give the pen back until their next case.